Well, Scott, we've talked a lot about GTA 6, and the price is one of those that I think has people kind of concerned, and there is hope, I don't like the use of that word, that GTA 6 will cost as much as $100, says one analyst. This is Jordan Midler over at VGC. A video game analyst has claimed there is hope in the industry that GTA 6 could cost up to $100 so that other companies could raise their default prices as well amid global inflation and swelling AAA development costs. Matthew Ball of Epyllion has released his State of Video Gaming in 2025 report, which muses on how the video game industry could change in the forthcoming year. One large focus of the report is Grand Theft Auto 6, which will doubtlessly be the biggest video game release of the year should it make its planned 2025 release date. And according to the report, there is hope within the video game industry that publisher Take-Two will take the unprecedented excitement around GTA 6 and bump the default price up to $100, Scott. It's believed that if Take-Two takes this step, the game will sell incredibly well, which is true. They could charge $200 for this. It would make $1 billion. That others could follow suit and potentially aid in recovering spiraling development costs. It's important to remember, GTA publisher Take-Two was one of the first to raise the price of games from $60 to $70 back in 2020, using the transition to the next generation of consoles as an excuse. And while it is likely that GTA 6 will be released with a $100 version as part of the lineup of various special editions, it's currently expected to have that standard game still be set at $70. Gaming budgets have exploded in recent years as expectations have grown for how much content is included in games. However, in response to this, video game prices have stayed largely stagnant outside of the recent $10 bump. Now, in order to offset this, of course, we've seen game makers have begun offering incentive packages that they can produce without any extra cost but still charge for. Many large games are pretty much a standard nowadays, Scott. You get the early access window for that $100 to kind of make up for it. So where are you? Does GTA save the little guy, or does GTA help the game industry out and bump the price up once again?
Oh, I bet we're going to see an industry-wide bump because of this. But it's really a shame because, in my opinion, my humble opinion here, Rockstar really could do it. And everybody will line up around the block to buy GTA 6, regardless of the cost. You could almost throw a zero on that, and some people will still pay for that. But what we're going to see is everybody just kind of jump to that level, and that rubs me the wrong way. But at the same time, though, there's a lot of elements to this little blurb here that we've read that's, well, the costs are constantly increasing. There is a sustainability problem in the industry where just everybody cannot keep up that same development cost. And Rockstar Take-Two might be, well, an interesting example. They could actually shoulder that development cost for a decade. So in this case, they do have quite a bit of incentive to recoup that money. Although we all know they will whenever they drop the online package. But that brings up more of a question. Is there going to be online with GTA 6 day one? Is that what we're going to be getting early access to? Because I would expect that to be a thing. But at the same time, if you remember all the way back at more than a decade ago now, when GTA 5 had released, it was absolutely broken. So is that the experience that somebody's going to want to spend the premium edition money for? And then take that on top, well, if that happens with GTA and even Rockstar can fall on its own sword with a terrible server issues, what does that say for the rest of the industry that might not have the ability to come in and save the day with $1 billion?
Yeah, I mean, that last point you said there hits it, right? Because Rockstar can shoulder all of this, right? If Rockstar has a bad launch, people will still play the game. But if I'm paying $100 for a Ubisoft title in 2 years and they have a bad launch, I'm not going to be as happy, right? I do think you bring up a good point. I'm not sure when we get GTA Online. Drew and I have argued this quite a bit. I think we just get it day one. As much as I think GTA wants people to see the story, they have to realize online's where it's at. I know Drew says, give me a couple months, let me play through the story. I think that's a very curious one. I'm with you. I'm hoping GTA realizes, look, we can still do 100, 120, 150 for the special edition, early access, get a poster, get some collectibles, whatever. But I'm hoping the standard game...
They'll tie the shark cards to the game. If you're your online currency, you want that money, here it is. Pay for it up front, you get a deal. There's going to be a ton of stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I'm just hoping they leave it at $70 because you and I were talking about it when we started. I'll admit it, I think GTA could charge $100 for the game, and I don't think that would be crazy with how much to put into it. But the rest of the industry can't, right? GTA 6 has been in development for over a decade, as you said, Scott. Assassin's Creed Shadows, that was only a couple of years, right? They can't charge $100 for that, and that's where I think the problem is going to come. Everyone else is not putting the blood, sweat, and tears that they put into GTA 6, but they're going to say, well, they charge $100, so why can't we? We did a quarter of the development, we have a quarter of the content, and maybe a quarter of the quality. So I'm hoping we stay low, but I'm still a little nervous, Scott. Let us know what you guys think. Are we going up to $100 as the industry standard, or will Take-Two defend the consumer? Let us know. Drop a follow, drop a like.